Hey everyone, Soundwave 884 here, the Transformers Siege review. And in this review, we'll be looking at Siege Astrotrain. He's one of the final figures coming out in the Siege line as we head and transition into Earthrise. Now, there's a lot of, I don't want to say, what's the word? Controversy over the leader class in Siege. So this figure here has a lot of people, downing him for the price point he is, and yes, $50 in USD for this guy is hefty. Does he feel $50? And I'll get to that in my final thoughts. He comes with extra add-on pieces to help playability, and with Siege, leader class doesn't necessarily mean a big, huge figure. It just means a figure with extra pieces, parts, weapons, and add-ons to weaponize or add to the playability of your toy. And Astrotrain is one figure I can see using that because he does transform into a train and also a shuttle. But still, a lot of people have no trouble paying leader class prices for a Voyager class toy. So this right here is your Siege Astrotrain, and we'll show him off here next to Siege Soundwave, who is a $30 Voyager class figure. And you see Soundwave is actually a little bit taller, but you're just going by height when you look at that. We'll look at a past Voyager Astrotrain from Titan's Returns, and he is huge, tall as can be. We'll put him to the side for a second and just focus on these two so you can see. Now, when you pick these guys up, you have them both in hand, you can feel the difference. He makes Soundwave feel cheap. He makes Soundwave feel like a Cyberverse toy, just by the way he feels compared to him. Astrotrain is hefty. If I could say that, he feels weighty. He's thick. He's heavy. And I feel like I could really hurt somebody if I hit them in the head with Astrotrain, whereas Soundwave would just be a glancing blow. We'll compare him more with the past Titan's Returns Astrotrain size. And again, he makes this Astrotrain feel like a cheap piece of crap. Now, you got the height. He might have the look, but overall, and the weight, the feel, and the plastic quality you got of these figures, this figure here just feels really, really bad. But I still don't have any problems with it. I love Astrotrain. I still like this figure as well. Yes, you can say he's got hollow bits, but this is for transformation. They hid the train lights inside the leg, so it's got to go somewhere. The little hollow gaps here don't really bother me because it's not really that bad. It's really just the one in the middle, because this one actually has a piece molded that sort of fills most of that out. So it is not so bad at all. Overall 360 of the figure. He's got some good pan articulation. I really like this right here because it really just reminds me of G1 cartoon and movie Astrotrain. The silver paint on the back is excellently applied here. And the sculpting and detail on this figure is wonderfully done. I would say maybe a little too much detailing because I'm more for simplistic, but it's still really, really good. Battle damage here on the feet and on the top of the shins. And that's really about all his battle damage, because that's going to be in the front of the train and shuttle as well. And he's probably stomping around. Head sculpt on this guy is nice. That's red eyes, silver paint on the face, yellow stripe, purple around, purple on the side here, which would be like his train wheels that came up in the G1 cartoon. We'll just put him right here and we'll compare him with his G1 animation model. Alright. So bring in articulation. He's going to have everything you pretty much are going to expect from Siege, minus a wrist swivel. That's one thing I wish he had. I don't know why. He is a leader class toy. His hands do fold in. I guess they figured they didn't want to add some extra plastic to give him that swivel. That's really about the only negative here. And his wrist kind of locks into place when you transform him. Head is on a ball joint, so you got a little up and down, but you got a full 360 all the way around. Awfully tight though. Shoulders go all the way up to here. Just make sure you have these purple pieces tabbed right here onto this gray piece. Otherwise the whole thing will come up with it. So the shoulder joints are limited to this. You have a rotation here. You can do 360, but his wings are in the way. You might be able to move that around to get it out of the way. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got double jointed elbows. He's got a joint here, the upper, and then one down here. There's 2 pins, so you can get this joint here, and then you can joint this. And it's because transformation, his elbow actually goes backwards. He does have a waist swivel, and you can 360 him all the way around, even with that big, huge wing assembly in the back. He has these flaps that lift out of the way, so you can get more articulation this way. Can't go as far as back because this is a big piece here that stops his upper leg here. You can bend his knees. Like I said, his wings are in the way, but just to show you how much you do get, about 90. Has an upper thigh swivel, which is a tight swivel. No joints on my copy are very, very tight. Has a ankle articulation, ankle tilt, ankle rocker, what we call it, is very tight right here. But it does have one. There you go. So as far as I can get it, it hits the plastic on the leg. And these also tab in right here, so it locks in. And also, if you want to untab that piece, you do have a tilt, so you can do a little bit more with the foot if you desire that. So Astrotrain also comes with this little accessory piece that you can store his weapons in. If you open this up, you can see that it has his weapons all stored inside here. So we'll just take one of these out, and then you can have them wielded. And then of course they can peg in any peg holes they have on the body. There's 2 on each arm, so on the wing back here, his hand holes, and he's got some down here on the bottom of his legs. What you can do also with this top piece here, if you want to have his boots, which are made for walking, you take that piece off, take this piece here, it will swivel around. Then you can close this back up. And then this piece here just goes all the way down. It tabs into itself. Now you have this little piece here. So if people who like their Transformers have backpacks, which I don't know very many people who do, you can now then store this piece on his back, and it can carry his weapons. And he is weighty enough, even without his boots, he doesn't fall over. Now you can take these, just like any weaponizer, you can take them apart. There's a peg here, peg holes, and you just line all that up and do this, which gives him a little bit more height. It still doesn't equal the past Titans Returns version, but makes him taller than Soundwave. But that is a look I'm never going to shoot for. I think these look hideous on his feet. Alright, we'll go ahead and get Astrotrain transformed into his shuttle mode. First thing we're going to do is fold his hands in. Take his arms at the bicep swivel, swivel him around. And then you can see here, there is a tab here, a slot here. And you're just going to fold them on himself and then tab them together. So, all the way around. And then fold and tab. So now with Astrotrain like this, we're going to untab the back. There are these 2 pegs, or 2 tabs, that go into these little slots back here. Pull this up and out the way. Then you take his arms. So purple piece here will come untabbed from his torso. And then you bring them up and over his head like this. Come down to these little side pieces. I can get them hooked. Yeah, there you go. Pull them up. And this whole piece here will then come up and over. We'll land right here, up next to this. And then these pieces here will now fold down into this little space. This here comes up. Now this right here, this wing assembly will come back. There are these little slots here, tabs here, that will now tab together. thruster part here will come up on this hinge, up and around. Helps actually get this tabbed in first, I guess. There we go. And then these little catch tabs here will come up and catch right up here. Just bring this up and over. And then snap it on. These little waist flaps will come up and tab into the waist. There's a little tab around. There's a little gap here that will come over these little tabs. You'll come down to his feet, untab this, pull him down, untab that. See the little peg here just hooks right in there. Grab him by the actual full leg. This will untab. I don't want to untab that part here. We'll untab from the front of the shuttle. Like this. Pull this out. There we go. Pull it out. And we're going to tab the shuttle together. See, there's these pegs here and a peg here, a peg down here, and they're all going to tab into these little slots provided. Like that. Come around to the back. There's these little pegs back here, and the peg holes on the feet. You fold this up, it'll fit right in there. Peg that together. Now you're going to bring this up and over. You can see there's this big tab here. There's a big slot right in there. And this will come up and tab on that. Same on this side. And there are pegs on each piece that will just tab them together as well. So it's all just about lining it up, snapping it together. And there you go. Astrotrain in his shuttle mode. Is a very nice shuttle mode. Now, head on like this is beautiful. You come back to here, yes, this looks unsightly. In hand, I say in person, is not so bad. I'd actually expect it to look a lot worse in person. It does not, but if you do not like this at all, I do know that Matrix Workshop is making a cover piece. And so is, I think his name is Tim Heda, whatever. He's making fill-ins as well, but his are like bigger, I think, fill-ins that you leave this up and it fills around it. And I think his are unpainted, so you'll have to paint. I'm not positive on that. But then Matrix Workshop usually tends to paint theirs, but theirs is a whole new fin piece where this all would just fold back over and you would just snap it on the back piece here. But yeah, it looks good. The battle damage here in the front, I really like this piece here. It is a bit wide, you could say, right here on the side. But I mean, he is a triple changer, and they're going for a more articulated robot. So there's got to be concessions a little bit on the vehicle modes, I think. And it's something I'm willing to forgive. It's not anything too bad. And it actually looks really, really good. And the back side of it is nice as well. Like I said, the only really unsightly spot was right here. So we'll put that to the side, and we'll take a look at his backpack piece with all the weapons. And what we're going to do now is just pull this piece back out. And we're going to open this all up. And we're going to make his platform. Now, you take his boots. We put them back on. You can see there are these little tabs down here at the bottom. You kind of just hook this together. And then this goes, there's the two little slots here. Well, then tab back onto these pieces here. Okay. Like that. So it doesn't really lay flat. And I've seen people say that because it just doesn't really want to catch in there. And so it's going to have a little bump to it, but it's not a big deal to me. Okay. Take this piece here, you'll want to rotate this around, and it will tab in to the bottom of the base. Take the shuttle, match it up, line it up, tab it in, put it down, put this piece down, and these pieces fold around little hinges. And there's Astrotrain in a rocket platform, and you can put these out that way, however you want to do it. But there's Astrotrain ready to blast off. And comparing the train modes between Titan's Returns and the current Siege, there's no Siege that, in my opinion, definitely wins this battle. This is not a bad shuttle mode at all, I would say that. It's very simplistic, according to this one. I can use this as a different kind of shuttle. it still looks decent enough in shuttle mode. But this one here, it's just pure G1 goodness. Like I said, the only downside would be this area right here in the back. That one doesn't stand up, but we'll just show you. Titan turns slightly taller. The Siege, I think, still wins that battle. To transform into his locomotive mode, very simple. We're going to take this piece. You want to untab it off just for a second, because we're going to take this, fold it back in. Take this, and we're going to fold it up, back in, fold the sides back down to see his robot face. Come down here to his legs. We're going to untab all this stuff, pull it out, and you can take this, and you can go ahead and lock this back into place. Pull stuff down. Want to untab the front of the shuttle. Okay, you want to untap the front of the shuttle. And that's the only place where I feel like I could break something. Is just I'm afraid of pulling too hard with these hinges and just pulling something off. And I'm saying it feels like it's going to break. I have that fear. A lot of times I'm extra gentle with my transformers. Take this piece here, you want to rotate it around. Get your finger in there. Pull out this piece here for the train. So take this, want to rotate the front of the shuttle. Finger in there. Pull this piece out for the train light. Pull it down. Take Astrotrain, flip him over 180. Now there's this little piece here. You can see on the inside, you can kind of see where this little peg hole is. Grab that, pull it down. That has a wheel right here. So let's do the same on the other side. All right, now you want to tab these pieces together without pushing that back in. So tab them together. This piece here now will come back and just tab back like it was. Take this piece here, it's on pegged in, unpeg it. All you're going to do is rotate it down. There's a tab here. We'll go into a slot here. Tab it in. Same with this piece. I didn't like the way it sounded. Come back here to his wings. We'll flip them back to 180 so you can see it better. Take his wings. They're going to fold up and to the sides where his arms are. Okay. And then there's this little tabs. Okay. There's these higher parts here, like a tab. They're going to slot in that gap in the wing here. Do that on both sides. Tab it in. Take these train wheels, you just want to rotate them around. And you see there's also this little tab right here that will sort of stick into the train wheels that are down already. There you go. And there is his locomotive done. And it does roll extremely well. Come back here. Whee! All these wheels here roll. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and the one back here. So looking at the train head on, it looks really good. I do like the little, how it forms the light and it comes out. The size, I've seen complaints on the width of the train. I have really no problem with that. I think it looks fine. I actually think it's a really, really good train mode. I don't have any problem with it at all. Like I said, it rolls really good. So, in the back of the train, and it's very G1-esque. And it's got some little unique transformations. And that's one thing about Astrotrain. 3 modes. It's got very simple transformations. Actually very intuitive. I started doing it without even looking at the instructions, but I started looking just to make sure. There's a few things that you might want to check on. But otherwise, he is a very, very nice. Quick size comparison. Here he is with Blue Streak. Let's get a size of the train. And we'll compare him with the Titans Returns Astrotrain train. in the comparison, and that is crap. I mean, it's very skinny, almost like a big cruise ship in a way. The Siege Astrotrain blows this one in train mode out of the water, or off the track. To make the train car, all I'm going to do is just fold these pieces all back together. So we'll just take this piece here, want to fold it up like this. Take this, fold it in, down, and just tabs together. And this just comes around, there's a little tab here, we'll go in a little slot back here. Tab, tab. And there's your train car. Just line these three pieces up, spin them around, so then you go the other way. Just line it up, put it on, and it still rolls very well because there are wheels on this as well. And then you can armor up with all his weapons that he comes with, like a Gatling gun, blaster, another blaster, a bigger blaster, then like some shoulder-mounted rockets or missiles that you can always just pick anywhere on the vehicle mode that you can find. So my final thoughts on Siege Astrotrain. He is an excellent quality figure. Now, I know the price is what's going to put people off. I'm saying you're going to miss an excellent figure. He's got the heft, he's got weight, he's got articulation, he feels good, he looks good in all modes. He's just got a few problem areas in shuttle mode. But I'm saying he is an overall quality figure. One of the best feeling out of all the Siege figures in terms of quality. He just feels good in your hands. He feels solid. I think it's the word I'm looking for. He's a solid figure. He's good all around. The only downside is the cost of the figure for what you're getting. I don't know. If he was like $39.99, especially with how Voyagers are $30 now, that would be a good selling point for this guy. I just think he's probably about $10 too much. Overall, I still don't think he's $50 worth, but he is still a good quality figure. I'm not going to knock the figure for the price, because the figure itself is excellent. The price is not. So I would say if you want this guy, he's a definitely pick up. If you want to wait for sales or clearance, that's a choice as well. So overall, quality figure, easy, simple transformations too. He's a figure that you can transform. I can transform. I transformed him from shuttle to train in like a minute or two. You can go from train back to shuttle in a minute or two. You can go from either one to robot within 2 minutes. He's very simple. Everything snaps well, tabs well. He is like I said, an excellent quality figure. Very solid. Very much a recommended figure. Just the price is off-putting. I want to say thanks for watching this review. If you like any of my reviews, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next one. Peace out.